Hi everyone, welcome back to Sunday Leeds Champions League. Chris here, aka Big Will, and today we have our first game in charge of Manchester City. We are away against Newcastle, and we also have a bit of a transfer roundup today. And we have had to have been a little bit busier than I anticipated in the transfer market, largely down to a couple of players retiring and leaving some spaces open in the squad. Um, we've managed to sort out the backroom staff and everything as well. Everything has been a reasonably smooth takeover from our perspective. I'm not entirely sure how things are going to work out. When you look at the Premier League last season, um, Chelsea actually won it, and they won it quite convincingly. City was 16 points off the pace. Newcastle, who we start off the season against, finished in the Champions League place come the end of the season. We've also got Manchester United quite early on in the campaign as well. So it could be an interesting campaign. Realistically, I'm not entirely sure how we'll get on. I think we've made some really good signings. It is going to be tough to start with for sure, and I'm using a tactic that I've not used yet in FM26 just because of the amount of creativity that we have in this squad. I think it is only right that we try and utilize that. So tactically, we're doing a tiki-taka. Now, I've never done tiki-taka for a long, long time, to be quite honest. On FM24, obviously um, the overall side of things tended to be a gegenpress, and I've switched between wing play and such on a number of occasions uh, in this particular game so far. So therefore, I am actually yet to do a tiki-taka. So going into this today, it's going to be a very interesting one. Preseason's been reasonable, but we've got three playmakers. Now, it could be a little bit much. I will say that it could be a little bit much in the centre of the park. But again, because we've got those creative options in the midfield, I genuinely think that it will work out quite well for us. And fingers crossed, we can get off to a good start to the season. It'll certainly be interesting to see how we get on. We've also got wide forwards in place instead of inside forwards. I'm a big fan of the inside forward, but we're going to give the wide forwards a go, and then they will drop back when we are out of possession. But the system shape will remain relatively the same. So, in terms of our recruitment, as I've said, we have done a little bit of business and we've spent a lot of money. In terms of outgoings, we've seen a few players leave as well. We have been linked with a few moves away for other players also, but realistically, there's not been anything major of note, realistically. We didn't sign anyone at the back end of last season either. These players had come in already previous to our arrival. So everything you see is what we've managed to do. So um, yeah, it's been an interesting window to say the least. Andre, who was out on loan last season, he left for Juventus for £8 million. And for the 33-year-old who would have at best been a rotational option, it made sense to cash in on him, to be quite honest. So I'm quite happy to see him leave, and we have got younger replacements in as well. Dale Brown and Steve Coleman were two youngsters. They've gone to Sunderland for a combined fee of £1.5 million. Yes, they're potentially worth a little bit more than what we sold them for, but they were never really going to break into this Manchester City team. So again, it made sense just to let them go. Neil Hutchison, really good prospect, 22 years of age, Scottish international. We've loaned him to Celtic for the season, and I really like the look of him. But he's just not quite ready to make that step into the first team. Willie Montiel, he's gone out on loan to MK Dons for the season as well. Venezuelan 18-year-old striker. Again, he's got decent foundations that he could build on, good personality as well. He could be a good player, but again, he's someone that we'll have to keep an eye on. Carlos Toro went to Stoke for £3.8 million. Again, he's a decent striker, and again, we've sold him relatively cheaply, but again, he was never going to break into our first team, so again, it made sense just to cash in on him. A couple of other youngsters going out on loan. Jamie Lewis has gone out on loan to Salford. Again, decent looking striker, Welsh international. And Joey Verbeek, who is a Dutch under 21 international, He has gone on loan to Wigan. And our biggest sale was Oscar Gomez. Now, the 22-year-old is a Spanish international. He's gone to Newcastle for £40 million. He came through the club's youth academy, and yeah, he does look like a good player, um, but he wasn't a regular under the previous regime. And I was looking at the positions he covers. We had better options in the central midfield, especially after the signings we made, and also at centre back again after the signings we made. So it made sense to cash in on him, and it did allow us to make a big signing toward the end of our window as well. And then lastly, Ben Campbell, another youngster. He just went out on loan to Middlesbrough. He could be a decent player again, but realistically, again, I don't know if he's going to be good enough to break into this first team. So when we're looking at the signings that we've made, we've spent a lot of money, £250 million nearly we've spent. It's very, very rare that I do a deal involving installments. Normally, I just use the money I've got and pay for players outright. It's kind of the way I like to do things. But the first signing we made, I had to do some on installments just to get the deal over the line. We had a couple of positions that we needed to really focus in on to make some signings, and we have managed to do just that. £100 million for Andre Patrinoiu from Frankfurt. He is a world-class centre-back, Romanian international, 20 for jumping reach. He's 6'7". He's got great defensive attributes as well, great positioning. His mental attributes are phenomenal. I couldn't say no, to be quite honest. So again, it's very rare for me to do installments. I had to do it. He's a phenomenal centre back, and he is definitely going to be straight in to our first team this season. Arguably one of the best signings I think I've ever made in my football manager playing time. He is a phenomenal defender. Andre Galindo, he's coming from RZ, 23-year-old Mexican international. Really, really good physical attributes. He can play in that wide midfield role as well. But, I mean, he's got a lot of pace about him as well. I think he could genuinely be a good winger. But we brought him in to be that central midfield option. Really good passing, vision, work rate, determination as well. And at 23, he's still got room to improve as well. Again, in terms of mental attributes, technicals could do with a bit of work, but again, he's very, very well rounded. An excellent signing in the central midfield for 30 million. Arguably, the bargain of the window was Ramiro Sosa from Independiente, another top quality defensive midfielder. Argentinian under 21 international. I'm quite surprised he's not been capped fully yet. Again, really good physicals, good amount of pace to him, excellent mental attributes, really good passing and technique, great vision and work rate, determination, decision making, concentration. He's got the lot in that central midfield. Really, really pleased to have bought him in, especially for such a fee as that. £13 million for a player of his quality. I don't think I could go wrong with him realistically, and he will definitely be in and around the first team. We then made another central defensive signing, Emirhan Bagchi, coming in from Fenerbahce for £32 million. Again, decent physical attributes, 6'6" he is. We've got two really big defenders at the back now. Again, really good mental attributes overall, good positioning, really good defensive attributes with his marking, tackling and heading. We've got two big dangers there from set pieces, and I'm hoping set pieces this year are going to be a massive, massive thing for us going forward. Really, really happy to have brought him in. And at 23 years of age, Turkish international, he has got a plenty of time to grow as well. He could be a star Premier League player. And with him alongside Petronoiu, I think we've got a central defensive partnership there that in time will develop and they will partner together superbly. And then lastly, from Girona, Haaland still wants to leave, but at the moment, he hasn't. He has been injured, so it has put teams off trying to bring him in. Obviously, we didn't qualify for the Champions League, so Haaland does want to leave. But at the minute, we're only halfway through August. There is still time for business to be done. Luis Vargas came in from Girona as our next upcoming striker. Spanish international, 22 years of age, and I think he could be, again, absolutely world class. He's got good physical attributes, good pace about him as well. And I mean, He's got plenty of flair, good off the ball movement, concentration and composure, fantastic. Finishing, heading, technique, all really, really good as well. Not too sure about his heading being as good as it is. He's only 5'10", but I don't mind. His jumping reach is 7, so realistically, I don't think he will score many headers, but he is a fantastic striker signing to have as backup to Erling Haaland for the start of the season. So all that being said, in the squad, we've only got a 23-man squad. Um, in terms of everything in general, Theo Sander is unregistered at the moment. He's just a backup goalkeeper, and to be quite honest, I do think he is probably just worth being sold at this point. So I will just do that quickly now. If we can get a couple of £1 million from him, I'll be quite happy with that, to be honest. He's certainly not going to be doing anything major for us. We've got two really decent goalkeepers. I know it says that Brumans is a two-star keeper, but when you look at his attributes, I think he's a perfectly adequate backup goalkeeper anyway. So I'm really, really pleased to have him as well. Defensively, Patranoiu, Bagchi, Haydari. We've also got Islamagic, who can also play in midfield as well. We've still got Gueye, who's 34 years of age. We've still got Gavardiol as well, who can play at centre back. And of course, we all know how good Gavardiol is as well. And then in terms of fullbacks, we've got Nico O'Reilly, still at the club at the age of 29. He's not he's not a world class left back, sorry, in my opinion, but he is still a really top quality player. Um, and of course, Gavardio can play out there as well, as can Gueye, incidentally. And then at right back, we've got Suleiman Gueye, who was already at the club when we arrived, 23 years of age, French international, top quality right wing back. We've also got Konstantinos Papageorgiou, who's again another top class right back or defensive midfielder. Again, the squad is quite small, but because we've got that versatility, I'm not really that concerned. Really, really good player, and he will again get plenty of game time. He's only 22. He's already got 49 caps for Cyprus internationally. Um, Central midfield, I think we've got enough quality in there. We've got Galindo, we've got Hugo Larsson, of course, who is always a really good standard of player to have in Football Manager. Ramiro Sosa, of course, we brought in Malik Tillman, who's 32 years of age. He's okay. He's a really good set piece taker, incidentally. But other than that, I'm not too sure. And at 32 years of age, I mean, he can play up front and that as well. So he's got that versatility. 55 goals in 125 caps for the US. We've still got Phil Foden. He is starting to decline as a player. He's 34 years of age, but I'm a big fan of Phil Foden, so there was no way I was going to offload him. But he does actually want to leave, so I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen with him as things stand. Ryan Cherky's still here at 30 years of age, and again, really good player. But I think realistically, we have got one or two better options. But again, the experience that some of these lads have got, it's worth keeping them around just for that. 91 caps he's got for France now with 21 goals. Savinho's still at the club, which is a bit of a surprise to me. He's also on 400 grand a week, which is ridiculous money. But he's still got excellent physical attributes, full of pace, 30 years of age, really, really good attributes for a winger. Really happy to have him still at the club. Luis Vargas, of course, who you've just seen, the guy that we've just signed. Bradley Barcola. Now, this was one I actually missed initially when I took a look at the squad. And again, signed him from PS. They've signed him from PSG. Obviously, he's an outstanding talent. Really good physical attributes, really good technical attributes as well. Again, great to have a player of his quality. Jeremy Doku's still at the club as well. Bit of a funny one with Jeremy Doku. You look at his attributes compared to some of the other wingers we've got, and he's not the best realistically. And we've got to we've got to be realistic. I've got a lot of attachment to a number of these players, being a City fan myself, as you know, and I've got to be smart with a few of these players. Doku, 32 years of age now, he's not going to be playing regularly. Likewise with maybe even Phil Foden and such as well. I don't know whether it's worth trying to sell them or not. It's a very, very difficult one for me. And then, of course, the main man up front, Erling Haaland. He's still a phenomenal player at 34. 88 goals he's scored in 108 caps for Norway. And yeah, if no one knows about Erling Haaland by now, there's something wrong. He's a phenomenal player, isn't he? And albeit in terms of actual Man City at the moment, he's not scoring particularly regularly, but he's still the top scorer in the Premier League. It's absolutely mental. But yeah, I mean, realistically, he's still going to be the key player for us up front. And with Luis Vargas having come in as well, really good option to back him up as well. So without further ado, we're going to get into our first game of the season against Newcastle. It's going to be a tough game for sure. And starting lineup, a few familiar names in there, but we'll go through the squad. Anyway, Donnarumma is going to be in goal. Gvardiol, Haidari, Patrinoiu and Gueye are at the back. Papa Georgiou, Larson and O'Reilly are the midfield three, with Barcola on the left, Savinho on the right, and of course, Erling Haaland up front. So the other new signings that we've made all take their place on the bench. Foden and Doku, the two players I have just mentioned, of course, they miss out on the squad. Sander, of course, we are looking to sell anyway. We do have some decent youngsters in the under 21s and such as well. They could easily cover for bench roles and things like that as well. So, yeah, we'll just see how things go. But there's a lot of older players in this squad at the moment, and that is my biggest concern. Obviously, some of them have still got great quality. I mean, even Gueye, he's 34 now. But again, he's still a top quality central defender. So there's from my perspective, there's a lot of tough decisions that I need to make. Um, but looking at the squad, there's no reason why we shouldn't be challenging for a number of different honours over the course of this season. Um, obviously, from a general perspective, tactically and everything, the team does need to just get used to things a little bit more. But obviously, I need to get used to having such a big step up as well. This is the other thing. From my perspective, we've not managed at this level at all as of yet. And coming from the Championship, where we failed to get promoted, to a potential league and Serial Cup winner, it's a massive, massive step up. And given the quality we've got, I expect to win from every game. It doesn't matter who we're playing to me, as we get the proper Premier League graphics there as well. Yeah, from my perspective, it doesn't matter who we're playing. We should be competitive and we should really be putting pressure on every single team. And this will be a really good test for us, incidentally. Like I say, Newcastle qualified for the Champions League last year. And realistically, we we need to be beating this Newcastle team today just to put a statement of intent out there. There's a few different I mean, that Newcastle team is almost unrecognisable. I think Hall and Livramento as the wing backs with Voltemada and Anthony Gordon are the main players that are recognisable from the original team. But other than that, there's not too many that we recognise in the first team squad. And Voltemada trying to break forward here into right. And now Livramento, right. Voltemada, Pino. They're just knocking the ball about. Great confidence from them. Anthony Gordon in behind, plays it across. That's a great save from Donnarumma. Point blank range. Gonzalo Ramos should have scored. And we do get away with it, but we're not really getting stuck into them as much. And we do need to pick it up a little bit here. It's not been a particularly good start. Newcastle very much dominating the matters at the moment, which is a bit of a concern. We shouldn't be struggling as much as we are. We have created a couple of opportunities, but we've not seen anything of note. And that's a good switch of play. Hall into Anthony Gordon. And again, he's in behind. Easily beats Gueye. And again, that's a massive chance missed. This time it's Voltemada who's missed the opportunity. And at the minute, we're struggling here. It's certainly not the start that I wanted. We need to be a little bit better. Hall loses out to Hugo Larson. Finally, it's nice to see us have a bit of the ball. Haaland, I mean, he's completely lost out, but he's managed to win it back. It's a poor pass back, and Haaland tried to chip Mamadashvili from there. And unfortunately, it went over the bar. And I'm not too sure why he's trying to chip it there. He should be just driving that in towards goal. Hall looking to play it in. Good header from Hadari, and Pino picks it up. And again, Newcastle possession-wise, they are dominating matters here. We're not looking sharp enough at the moment. We're really struggling to keep a hold of it. And Gonçalo Ramos has scored, and to be honest, it's deserved. We've not looked at it at all here. And we're going to demand more because, to be quite honest, performance-wise, it's been pretty poor. We'll just skip the tight call highlight there because there's no point looking at it. Well, according to possession, we've had the majority of it. But every time we've seen a highlight, it's been for Newcastle. We've really, really been poor. And tactically, obviously, we're trying to figure things out in terms of what might be best for the team. I don't know how it's going to work out for us at the moment. Or we just leave it as is for the minute and see if the lads can just get used to it. Obviously, we do have rotational options as well. But at the minute, this is a very, very poor performance. And we need to pick it up in the second half. Like I say, we should be winning a majority of games this season. And if we start off with a defeat, it's not good enough. We've signed some really, really good players. We haven't seen a single set piece yet either. So we really need to pick ourselves up a little bit here and try and get ourselves sorted because at the minute, we're very much under the cosh. Here's Patrinoiu. Out to Savinho. Now Gueye. Patient build-up again. Papa Georgiou into Savinho. He's managed to get past Lewis Hall. Can he get the cross in? He cuts back, lays it to the edge of the area for O'Reilly. Papa Georgiou again into O'Reilly. And Barcola is fallen for Larson and he's gone right underneath that. And a standard thing that I see with City in general at the moment is we do struggle to break teams down. At times we are a little bit too patient. And I'm wondering if we did go a little bit more direct, as if it will be better or not. They've had one shot on target and scored it. We need to be a little bit better. We'll offer some encouragement, just try and find a way of getting ourselves through this. But at the minute, it's not looking too promising, I must say. I would make some substitutions, but I think I'm just going to let it ride for this match today. It's been very abject from our lads. We've not seen anything that would warrant us getting excited either, to be honest. Performance-wise, we haven't been at it at all. As Nunes gets past Gavardio with relative ease, swings it in. It's a good header from the defender, Patrinoiu. Savinho clears, and again, there's just nothing going on for us at the minute. And Nunes trying to get down the right-hand side, but again, I mean, O'Reilly's been our best performer apparently, but we've just not. I mean, we've not seen anything worthy of note from our perspective, and that is a very poor start to the season. I'm not really happy. So yeah, that's not the start that we wanted, to be quite honest. Oh, Patrino makes return to English football, so he must have already been with a. Surely it was a Premier League club, but yeah, performance-wise, not good enough. Friendlies, we've been outstanding. We've scored plenty of goals, but yeah, not ideal. Oh, he left Southampton, so yeah, he does have Premier League experience at least, but from our perspective, we've got a lot of work to do. We need to be a lot better going forward. I don't think I'm going to go too far forward, realistically. When you look at the fixture schedule, right when the transfer window closes, we play Manchester United. That is a horrible month. United, Spurs, and Liverpool all following one another in the month of September. So we'll come back for the Manchester United and the Tottenham games for sure. And then hopefully we can get a couple of wins on the board against Leeds and Villa. But it's going to be tough, that is for sure. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It's all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.